Hello, hello. My name is Shavariel and welcome. Welcome. I hope you all are doing great, and your families are good also. May you all be safe and sound and enjoying this day of Thursday. It's been a wonderful day for me, so may it be a wonderful day for you also. All right, Elevation Nation, let's go. I would do my little dance. Well, I'm doing it, huh? I like to dance. So get my little diddy bop going on. That's not the diddy bop, but whatever. Anyway, please follow our business page. We're on Instagram. Our business is Alo ButterCup. It is a business for children 2 years old and older, or 2 years young and older. And so what it is that we sell hand sanitizers and healing balms. So if you notice your child is feeling irritable or anxious, or maybe just needs an uplift in their senses, or uplift in their spirit, definitely check out our products. It is at www.alobuttercup.com. That will be in the description box. And then also we're on Instagram. So it's instagram.com/Alo ButterCup. And then I'm on Instagram too. So if you want to connect, please let's connect and stay connected. I am at instagram.com/Shavariel, my full name, and that will be in the description box as well. So let's talk something, because it's no way to put this in words. There's such a division with men and women today, and that does not help for the media putting this stuff out there. They have a job to do, which sometimes is not the right thing, and it can create chaos in society, amongst humans, amongst people, amongst communities, civilizations, all of that. And so I saw a podcast about how men feel about themselves, and then how men feel about women and what their role is. And what I'm hearing is that it's too much playing who's to blame game. And that's just in my opinion. But I feel that, and I feel it thick in the atmosphere. And so to take it back, and I'm not to dissect this situation. Let's go back to the Garden of Eden, right? Between Adam and Eve. Adam was first, and then Eve came from Adam, was formed from Adam by the Lord God. And after Eve was tempted and ate from the tree of knowledge, she got Adam to eat from that same fruit. We don't know what type of fruit it was, but she got Adam to eat from that same fruit, and they both sinned. And after that, they were kicked out of the garden. Well, when the Lord God asked Adam, Adam, where art thou? Adam, where are you? And then Adam answered, and Adam said that he was afraid because he was naked. And the Lord said, well, who told you you were naked? And did you eat from the tree of knowledge? And then the response was, well, of course, we don't know the direct response, but the word says, Adam said, well, the woman you gave me, I ate the fruit from the woman that you gave me. The woman you gave me fruit, and I ate it. And then so it was Eve's turn. Eve, what happened? And Eve said, well, she was tricked. The serpent tricked her. And so, serpent, your turn. I'm not going to ask you a question though. because you know you're wrong for that, and that is not that was not what you were supposed to do. So anyway, here in the culture now, it's why men, some men, not all men, because you do have healthy men. It's why some men are not men. The question is why some men are not men, and does woman play a role in that? And that's an unfair question because iron sharpens iron. That's like asking an apple tree to produce an orange. It's an apple tree. It's not to produce an orange. Vice versa, that's like asking an orange tree to produce an apple. It's not going to produce an apple, it's an orange tree. So to say a woman has an accountability in that of a man being a man seems a bit unfair. And I understand what the podcast was doing and all of that. I just think with that route, it was an unfair route to go in and putting a woman in that predicament overall, in general, putting a woman in that predicament when she has no, that role is not hers. And the reason why I say that is because you will hear men, certain men who were brought up by single mothers, say that, well, I love my mom. She taught me everything. I got my work ethic from her. I got my love languages from her as far as just how I treat people, respect people, or go about business. I got all of this from her, but she could not teach me how to be a man. Well, we know that. We know that, and how are you to put her in that place for her to raise you to be a man? As I said, iron sharpens iron. So she's a woman. Why put the sole responsibility on her to teach you how to be a man? There's only so much a woman can teach a man. And I hear it echoing so much today to say, well, women can't be fathers, or women do too much to be a father in the household. No, women don't. No, women don't. Women, and first we have to look at, we don't know the situation of that parenting. We don't know the situation between that man and woman. So automatically that eliminates anybody's opinion because we don't know what happened. But two, moving forward, it's like your mother, if you come from a single parent household, particularly a single mother, she's doing all she can to provide for her children or that child. Being a protector now, full time. Being security, full time. Being the chauffeur, full time. Whether the children are in sports or going to ballets or in science fairs or whatever the case may be, whatever the child is involved in, now she has to be the chauffeur. On top of going to the grocery store, buy groceries, going to department stores to get this child and herself clothes and panties and underwears for her daughters and sons, whichever one she has, socks, all of that stuff. She's the full-time chauffeur now. She has to work a full-time job most of the time, or 2 jobs or 3 jobs from what I've been hearing, which has been the case for single mothers. And then to add on to, okay, now you have to teach this young boy how to be a man. That's a lot. That's asking a lot from that woman. You're asking her to do something that's not in her nature to do. And I say not in her nature to do. Why? Because she's not a man. She is a woman. She was born female. Women and men have different brains. First of all, they're 2 different people. And they have 2 different personalities. They have 2 different brains. They're 2 different people, to go back to what I said a few seconds ago. So you're putting on a lot of responsibility on her to teach this young boy how to be a man, and it's unfair. And I don't believe some men understand that to even say, well, I love my mom, she did everything for me, but she didn't teach me how to be a man. That's just like saying to your spouse, let's say this in two different types of ways. That's like telling your spouse, "Oh, well, thank you for cleaning up today. You know, I was tired from coming home from work. Thank you for cleaning up, but you didn't do the laundry." And it's just like, "Huh? So you thank me, but then tell me what I didn't do." So it seems like it cancels out that what I done. So you overlooked everything I did for you to say I didn't do this one thing. Maybe I forgot, or maybe that wasn't on my mind, or maybe I didn't do the laundry because I felt like doing the dishes was more important, and I was working on a time frame, and so I got those done before you got home. But instead of saying, "Thank you, babe, you did the dishes, you cleaned the kitchen, I appreciate you so much," and leave it at that, you just have to say that a normal person would say, "Yes, you cleaned, you did the dishes, but you didn't do so and so." It cancels it out. So it's insensitive to say, "Yes, my mom did everything she could for me, but she couldn't teach me how to be a man." Well, whether you understand it or not, it's like telling your mom, "I appreciate what you did, but it wasn't enough." And that hurts women. That's why women are angry. That's why women feel defeated. That's why women feel unappreciated. Not all women, because you have some good men that stand with alongside a strong woman, and you have a strong man to love her. But for the majority that I'm hearing, that is why women feel the way that they feel right now. That you can't depend on a man. That a woman has to be masculine. And a woman being masculine, I don't agree with that. But this is how you're making her feel. When you say, "My mom took care of me, she did everything for me. She was at all my games, or she was at all of my spelling bees, or she was at all of this, she did all of this, but she couldn't teach me how to be a man." You overlooked her. And you belittled her right in that moment to say, "Mom, you did all you could. I appreciate it, but it wasn't enough." And as a single mother, to hear to hear your grown son say, "Mom, you loved me, but as if like it wasn't enough," it's hurtful, because she already had to do a lot for you, for her, for children, for the rest of her children, for her household. I need men to understand that when they decide not to keep up their responsibilities in the household as the fathers, and then you leave the mother to be sole parent, full-time parent, you place such a heavy weight on her. Because you know what happens? The mother will bear all of that without the father there. And then when the child gets older and wants to look for the father, the child happily sometimes goes to the father like, "Hey, what happened? You know, you weren't there for me and mom." And then the father, all he has to say is a few words, and then he's off the hook. Some of the time. And then sometimes these grown children that grow up, don't let their fathers off the hook, and they actually don't speak to their fathers. Because it's just like, "Bro, you weren't there. I don't care what y'all had going on. You could have been there. There is no excuse for that. You left me as a child." But then you have some others that'll say, "Well, okay, Dad, you know, that was years ago, so let's form a bond now." And you just like, and the thing that men have to understand is that, so your dad cannot be in your life. We don't know the reason of that, so we're not able to judge. But then you being as that child that has grown up, you're an adult now, to go find your dad, and all he has to say is a few words, and then that's it. You two can go down the jolly brick road of reconciliation, and then that's it. He wasn't there to take you to the dentist when you were a child. He wasn't there to see all your scrapes and bruises when you went and played too hard, or maybe you got hurt at a game you had, at a football game or a basketball game or a hockey game or soccer game or baseball game that you had, or karate. Maybe you kicked somebody too hard and they kicked you too hard. He wasn't there for that. He wasn't there to take you to your pediatrician for your normal checkups and to get your shots, your immunization shots. He wasn't there to take you to the first day of school, or maybe he was, but he didn't see you all the way through first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, so on and so forth. He wasn't there. But then you turn to your mother to say, Mom, I appreciate you, but you couldn't teach me how to be a man. She knows that. She doesn't need to be told that. And I say that over and over again to hearken how painful that feels, to pierce the heart of a woman when you as a single mother, you worked hard, you were there for those kids, you did everything you could for them. You walking around the house floating like an octopus. Okay, I'm cooking. Okay, you cooking. Okay, this baby crying. Oh, okay. Oh man. Okay, I got to get this baby together. Okay, the phone ringing. Okay, hello. Yes, Miss Chanel, can you come in to work tomorrow because so and so called out? Oh man, that was my day off. But yeah, I'll come in, and your baby's still crying, and food is cooking on the stove, and you just like, okay, yes, I'll be in tomorrow. Okay, bye. And then you just like, okay, man, I got to go to work tomorrow. I don't want to go to work tomorrow. I want to be home. I want to be with my kids, but man, now I got to find a babysitter. Okay, let me call Jennifer. Hello, Jennifer. Can you watch my child tomorrow? Baby's still crying. Food's still cooking. And then you got another child that's getting into stuff, and you just like, oh man. And you did all of that. A woman does all of that. Just to be a protector full time can be draining. You're looking out for when you all are in public, you're looking out for your child, where they going, and especially if they're young children, they're little explorers. I mean, they just like to go everywhere, and these children's feet are so fast it feels like they're flying. They're not even walking, in my opinion. They're flying. Okay. So you doing all of this stuff, and let me tell you something. If you are not a full-time father, I don't care what happened with you and that woman. If you are not a full-time father and you are criticizing that woman who took care of your kids, the kids you two made together, because it was you and her that laid down, and you don't give her the respect that she's due, brother, something's wrong with you. Because you wouldn't understand what it's like to cook a meal, freshly cook a meal, and especially with young children. This child goes and poops on themselves, or has to go and use the bathroom and pooped in their bathroom, and they just saying, mommy, come look. And you just like, oh, I just cooked these hamburgers. I'm not really wanting to see that. That's something you didn't have to deal with. She had to deal with. Or when the baby is a newborn, fresh baby, fresh out the womb, and she's having to cook for herself, and baby is not on solid foods yet. Baby is still milking from her breast, and she's sitting having a quick snack because she's about to put the baby to a nap, and the baby goes and poops on themselves, of course, because they're babies. Baby goes and poops, and she's smelling that as she's eating to say, look, I know, okay, I'm gonna change your diaper. Hold on, let me get this. Let me get these croutons right quick. Hold on. Okay, what you got, baby? What you got going on, huh? What's in that diaper? Ooh, tinky booty. Oh my goodness. Fathers aren't experiencing that. Some fathers who are not full-time. And for the full-time fathers who are doing that and have dealt with that before, you are doing an amazing job. Keep doing it because it takes man and woman to raise children. It takes a village to raise children. So keep doing your thing. This is not for you. These are for the men who feel like they are entitled to have a woman do everything. And when I say everything, I mean domestic work, maybe right around the house, or to boost his ego, to have to do everything. but you still look at her like she's nothing. And so the reason why I brought up, to go back, the reason why I brought up the Garden of Eden is because that was the division. When Adam said, the woman you gave me fruit and I ate, I feel like Adam should have been slapped right there. Real talk. Like, I feel like he should have been slapped right there. Because, oh, the woman you gave, that's your wife though. He didn't say my wife. He said the woman you gave. So okay. And I couldn't imagine. I actually could have, because Eve could have been looking at Adam like, the woman you gave. That's not what you were saying last night. The woman you gave. No, that's not what you were saying. That's not what you're saying in this garden. I'm here tilling with you, sweat of my brow. Okay, you ain't taking care of this garden by yourself now. Who looks after these animals, Adam? Who picks up the poo after these animals, Adam? Okay, who's getting the weeds out of this garden just like you, Adam? Okay, who's going to go for water just like you, Adam? Okay, you are not by yourself in this garden, Adam. That's what I could imagine. But when he said that, it just, not putting the focus on Adam, but hear how the response was, the woman you gave. Instead of saying, look, I didn't even ask what kind of fruit it was from her hand. I just ate from it. And you're right, I made a mistake. My wife brought me a fruit, but you know what? You're right. I didn't check to see what fruit it was, and I ate from it. And by the time I realized it, you were asking for us. I'm sorry. Rewind it to this culture day. That would be like a man saying, woman, why are you single? Well, lay down with her. She had our children, but I told her I wasn't going to be on that relationship stuff. But that's what the woman was looking for, a relationship, not to have your baby and be single, right? You knew that, right? And that's another thing. Women are not built to have all these children by themselves. She is not built to say, I'm going to be one of many as a wife, as a girlfriend. So for the men who's just like, well, I can have multiple girlfriends. Women are not okay with that. They deal with it. Some women deal with it out of desperation and loneliness, just to have somebody. But that's sick of a man to say, or for a man who is in that space to say, look, I'm going to have multiple wives and multiple girlfriends. Some of that is every situation is not the same, but that's not right. Okay, multiple wives, multiple girlfriends, that's not right. And women were not put here to be a one of many in the bedroom, a one of many when being courted. That means dating in a relationship. No, women, just like if you ask a man, okay, do you believe in polygamy? Man might say, well, no, but I understand it. And you just like, you understand it? Okay, here's a question for you. Could you handle your woman having multiple men? And a man would say quick, no. And then they'll say, why? Why not? You get to have multiple women. How come she not able to have multiple men? And he'll just be like, because she could get pregnant. And then that'd be that man's child. And what am I going to do with that? Well, what are you going to do as a man getting multiple women pregnant? You think a woman wants to deal with that? Your children's mothers and multiple children's mothers, even if it's just one is a lot to deal with. That's not what a woman wants. Some women deal with it because that's their choice in that time frame. It could be from a broken heart. It could be from them just not grasping that they are queens. They don't need that. They don't need to be a one of many as a girlfriend. They don't need to be a one of many as a wife. That woman doesn't understand her value. And instead of you as a man saying, look, I see that you don't mind sharing me, but this is not good. That's not right for you, because I can just see it. I know you want me to yourself, but I'm just not on that. I want to do my own thing, and I want multiple women. You saying that as a man. So I don't, no, this isn't going to work. You go live your life. Men ain't gonna say that. Instead of being truthful with her and yourself, you just allow that woman to play that game with you until it bites you in the back. And then you wonder why there's such a division between men and women now. So I didn't mean to make it that long, but we need more understanding on each other's part, especially when you bring children up in a household. You need both. You need a woman, you need a man, because that's just like how they say a man can't be a father. Well, a father can't be a mother. What do you do when you have daughters and they're coming to you to say, like, Dad, first of all, this is inappropriate, but Dad, I'm on my period, or my breasts are growing. It feels funny. I'm not sure how to feel about that. Or, there's this guy and he's asking me to lose my virginity. You really sitting there telling me that you can handle that as a man, to fill a mother's role? No, you're not able to. Because a girl needs a woman. Iron sharpens iron. A girl needs a strong, healthy woman to teach her how to be a woman. And vice versa. A boy needs a healthy, strong man to teach him to be a man, because that he is going to be somebody's husband and she is going to be someone's wife. But before they get to that part, they have to be two healthy, whole human beings. So I leave that with you. May you all have a good evening. We'll talk again soon. Bye, y'all.